Mr. Graves says he's finally waking up and realizing that his dream guy has turned into a nightmare. Now he's ready to say goodnight to Mr. Patterson. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, gentlemen. Nice to see you all. Welcome to Divorce Court. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Graves v. Patterson.
Thank you so very much. Mr. Graves and Mr. Patterson, it's a pleasure to have you here in Divorce Court to talk about your relationship. I'd like to welcome you all. These two gentlemen have been together for 4 years. They've been engaged for 1.5 years. They do not have children, but they are facing a crossroads because Mr. Graves does not know if he's ready to walk down the aisle or if he wants to terminate this relationship. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you're correct.
Okay. Mr. Graves, why don't you tell me why we're actually in divorce court?
Well, I'm trying to terminate and get rid of this engagement. I'm done. For the simple fact is I feel like they lying, they cheating, they capping, all type of stuff they say is not coming out accurate, and I'm done. I'm just tired. No communication. It's too much. Every time I talk nicely, they want to bicker and fight. I'm done. I'm ready to get it over with. I want to disappear. I'm done. So
you said they are not acting in a way that would suggest that they're serious about a relationship.
Yes, ma'am. And my life is serious.
I'm going to come on over to you. What do you say, Patterson?
I don't feel the same way that he feels, first of all. I'm here to save our relationship.
You're solution-oriented today.
Yes, ma'am.
You got it.
I'm here to save our relationship.
But what are you prepared to do? Because according to Mr. Graves, you've been acting like there's something a little shady, and he's concerned that the relationship is not what you say it is.
No, Your Honor, it's not. He has a very big insecurity issue.
So you think it's all in his head?
Yes. Let's
do an evaluation. I'm going to go back to you, Mr. Graves.
Yes, ma'am.
Take me back to how you all met, and then what led us to get to the point where we're here at divorce court.
Well, Your Honor, I ain't the best guy. I've been incarcerated. I did time twice. The first time, a long stretch. The second time I went in is when I had a roommate, and at the time, I ain't have no family like that really like dealing with me because of my actions. So he was like, hey, I know somebody, you know, that got some pen pal addresses, try it out. So I do the pen pal service, whatnot, and I get a letter back. I never thought it would be Josh, you know, him himself, I'd be getting a letter from. But as I'm reading this letter, it's real inspirational. And I really can vibe with his energy. I like
so this was a prison pen pal situation so that people who were incarcerated had somebody on the outside that could show them that they were cared about. Is that what it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
yes,
and Joshua happened to be the one that sent you a letter.
Yes, ma'am.
What made you do that?
Well, the reason why that I did do that is because, Your Honor, I have been incarcerated myself before.
So you walked in some of those shoes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I know how it feels to not have someone there, you know, to comfort you, be by your side, just someone to have on the outside to be that person for you. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got introduced.
Okay.
So my closest friend, she was saying I was crazy for dating someone that was in jail.
So you actually started a dating relationship, the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Graves?
Yes, ma'am.
How did your family react to that news?
Well, when I got out, they said, come stay with me. I said, okay, let's do it. Because it's real love, it's genuine. I got that connection now. So just a week go by, I'm in the grocery store. They're shopping, I'm with them, you know.
Because you're acting like a couple, because you are.
No, we are a couple.
Yes,
ma'am, we are, and it's sincere. So I see my family, they don't see them. I grab Josh and I say, come on, I'm tired of it. I said, what are you doing? I said, just come on. So when I see my family, I say, hey, this is Josh, I'm gay. They killed me of hiding. I'm happy now. I got somebody I love.
Good for you.
So this is what it is. They spazzed.
So it went left.
Yes, ma'am. So that's how I came out right then and there. I got tired. And I'm not going to hide them for who I really love.
So good for you. Absolutely good for you. It sounds perfect. How in the world does it go so wrong? Because something has happened that make you want to go from defending them to accusing them. Come on, Mr. Graves, what's going on?
It started off with this cleaning thing. Okay, one day they go out of town, and I'm sitting here at home. You know, I have the house, apartment. So I'm going to work. I work a labor hard job. Like mine is labor. I'm an ex-felon, so I'm doing labor work. I get home, I'm tired. You feel what I'm saying? So I lay down. This particular day is the day that they're coming home from out of town. They come in, I hear the door. They're like, babe, babe, babe. So I'm hearing babe, but I'm not knowing this is not the babe you want. This is the evil babe. This, that, I'm finna get on to you, babe. Clean up the house. What are you doing? You're always dirty. I'm like, calm down. They rush past me, grab the keys. So now, as they're going out the door, I'm calling them. They pick up the phone. They say, look, when you sit up here and FaceTime me with a clean house, how I clean the house, and do what I need done, how you supposed to do it as a man, I ain't coming back until you do it. So I'm sitting here FaceTiming now, cleaning up the whole house with them for them just to come home. 2 days they've been gone.
What is that about?
What type of time that is?
I'm sorry, what's that about?
I'm the woman of the house. So regardless, I cook, I clean, everything. So before I left to go out to town, I cleaned that house from top to bottom, head to toe. Bedroom, club, bathroom, all.
So when you got back and your man had it looking like
a frat party. Let's say it.
It's true.
I got beer cans everywhere, clothes everywhere.
Okay, Mr. Graves, you left that out because Patterson just said that she's the lady of the house and I'm gonna treat you like that, okay? All right? Because they expected the house to come back to
the way I left it.
Okay.
I mean, they are. I mean, they're the lady.
I mean, I'm not saying that anything wrong, but they seem to be making sense, at least in this regard.
I mean, yeah, but listen, make sense by talking, though, not by...
I know. I mean, there was an expectation from them that you would maintain the house for the amount of time they were out of town. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Communication is everything. You don't gotta overdo it.
I agree. I think that's a little over the top, the reaction, but it does require the two of you to sit down and instead of the argument afterwards, how about the discussion before? Have you all laid out, you know, the way you do things? Because you've been out. This is love after lockup, okay?
Pretty much,
the
yes,
real life.
Yeah.
But that means you're going to have to learn how to exist in a relationship outside. There are requirements inside on how you maintain your space. And guess what? There are requirements on the outside when you are in a relationship with somebody who actually takes the time to care about their surroundings. Did I articulate that well?
Yes, Your Honor, perfectly.
Okay. You know, they have their own issues with you too, am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Rent's coming up. I'm sitting there, tallying everything, putting everything together, paying all the bills. He comes in with bags in his hand, girl, bags. This was like about $500, $600 worth of stuff. Where the rent money at? Who had to come up with the rest?
Because you're not gonna get thrown out of the apartment.
My point is that.
That can't be the issue. I know you all had even talked about having children together. What is going on with that?
I'm not scared to say what I need or want in life. I want a family, I want that support.
Okay.
We have somebody that's a friend, good woman that's willing to do it. But because of this bickering and arguing and fighting and constant drama and negativity, she's not willing to deal with us because she don't want to be a part of it.
So she was willing to be your surrogate.
Yes, ma'am.
And give the two of you the child that you want together.
Yes,
Yes, Your
ma'am.
Honor.
But let me guess, she saw a whole lot of this toxicity and said, no, I'm not gonna be auntie in the middle of toxicity. Is that pretty much it?
Correct,
Man,
yes.
I would be the same way.
And for me, it's a friend of mine. So she even agreed. She's like, if y'all can get this together and y'all can figure out what's the problem, I got y'all.
You know what's the
I'll
problem.
come on back. I'll make sure you and little Jalea and Solomon Jr. will be made.
Yeah, but they know what the problem is.
So what the problem is that you all don't know how to talk to each other, that you all don't know how to communicate, that you're still having an incarcerated mentality when you are out and free. And out and free means you have to work on compromising. I don't want you to have an incarcerated mentality because an incarcerated mentality is you are going to be on a routine. Somebody's going to be telling you what to do. Now it's time for the two of you to come together and figure out what your new routine is. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, again, this goes back to you all establishing a new routine because you all have not established how it's going to work in your house. And if you can't be friends, partners, and lovers in a manner that establishes a routine, how you think you're going to be a spouse and a long-term partner and a parent? Okay? That's not going to work. You can't bring children into that mess. I have to understand, they have their own issues with you too, am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are those issues?
Now, mind you, like I said, I'm the lady of the house. I make sure all the bills is lined up, everything is calculated, everything is lined to the side. Rent's coming up, I'm sitting there, tallying everything, putting everything together, paying all the bills. Mind you, he walks in the door. He's been gone for me about a good two and a half hours. He comes in with bags in his hand, girl, bags. And I'm looking like, you got bags in your hand. Sorry, Your Honor.
What's in the bags?
That's what I was wondering. So he dropped the bags on the bed. All I see is Balenciaga shades. I see some pants. I see some shirts. And now, mind you, he ain't go to no Walmart. He went to the mall, baby.
And spent significant amount of money is your point.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, this was like about $500-600 worth of stuff. Where the rent money at? Where your part? Now, mind you, he didn't have his part, so who had to come up with the rest?
Because you're not going to get thrown out of the apartment.
My point exactly.
And so your point is you can buy nice things, but you have to make sure that you secure the bag for the family.
Okay.
Most definitely. Priorities come first, which is our household.
Are y'all serious about a relationship?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
But then why are y'all doing this back and forth, tit for tat, mean-spiritedness? Why?
I don't know, man, because I really do love them. I really came on my family for them. This man really means something to me. But the things he doing ain't right, because it's confusing. So I'm trying to get some understanding. But if he can't give it to me, I'm done. Can I speak?
Yes, of course.
All right, this is how I feel. My check came the very next day, had the money, could have paid the late fee. Okay, then 2 days after that, a tire bust. So now I'm like, okay, look, your phone bill is due. I need a tire. Let me get $65 to my side job come first thing in the morning. They say no. I say, wait a minute. I say, why? They say, oh, I got to pay the phone bill plus my friend's on it. I say, why are you always paying your friend's phone bill? That is another guy. Like, what's going on? You're telling me that you're not going to help me when I'm in need, but you're going to help another man that is grown, that can pay his own bills. So what happened was I'm riding the bus, but they're paying another man's bill.
So they do need to give an explanation if you are in a relationship.
Now, the situation with the phone bill is a very good close friend of mine. We used to work together on the same kitchen line and all. So his phone ended up getting cut off, so I put him on my phone plan. So I got him a phone, and he pays his part of the portion. He sends me his money, and I'll pay it.
Never bought me a phone.
So it's not like you're paying his bill.
Exactly.
He pays his own bill, but he pays it through you, is what you're saying.
So why you're not helping me when I need your help?
Because I think at this point, we need to put together what your financial plan is going to look like in your family. That's how mature people plan for their family. That's it. You have to plan. See, I think this can be solved, but I know you're worried about things like cheating and infidelity.
That's what's going on.
So what makes you think that?
I'm gonna start off like this. First of all, they tell me, hey, I gotta go pick my friend up. I'm like, what you mean? They say, I gotta go pick my friend up from work. That's what I do. So I'm like, all right, go ahead. But I'm like, it's late. So I'm timing them to come back. You leave out at like 11:30, 12, you come at 2:33 in the morning. All right, you saying that's your friend, they used to help you, this, that, and third. But I'm hearing the word they, but I'm taking it as if it's a female, because they hang around mostly females or, you know what I'm saying, straight men or whatnot. So I'm not really worried about it. And then all of a sudden, your friends over here, we're eating, and they're like, hey, you're gonna go get him tonight? And you look at them, and I'm like, what you mean? They're like, you're gonna go get him tonight? So I'm like, him? So it's a guy? Now you're panicking. Now you're like, why you ain't
So you didn't know that this was another man, and it made you feel some kind of way, like somebody was being sneaky?
Exactly.
Were you being sneaky?
No, Your Honor, I was not at all.
All right.
So
this is a good close friend of mine that I've been working with at my job.
why didn't you share that information with your significant other, that who the person was?
Because especially when it comes down to men, I know how he is.
That means you all still don't know how to talk. I mean, you talked about him getting phone calls. How did you know that it was the same person?
Okay, when I found out it was a man, I didn't even trip. I said, you know what? That's crazy. I just want to meet him. You know, I'm your boyfriend. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in love with this man, so ain't nothing going on but me. That's how I feel. So as time going on, I hear a ringtone when I'm in the car, because now I get to sit in the car with him. As soon as the ringtone hit, it's NEL Chopper. Slut me out. What you mean? Why you want to get slutted out by him? You supposed to get slutted out by me only. What's going on?
First of all, Your Honor, it ain't even that ringtone called Slut Me Out. It's called Forever, first of all.
It's even worse.
Wait, what are y'all doing? Are y'all serious about a relationship?
Man, I love
Your
this
Honor,
man.
we are.
But
Then why are y'all doing this back and forth, tit for tat, mean-spiritedness? Why? What is that about?
I was insecure, I guess, but I don't know, man, because I really do love them. I really came on my family for them. This man really means something to me. But the things he doing ain't right, because it's confusing. And when you confuse, it causes problems, and that's what's going on. So I'm trying to get some understanding. But if he can't give it to me, I'm done.
Do you really believe that something's going on? I want you to tell me the truth. Do you really believe something is going on?
Ma'am, listen. This is what made me draw the line. This is why I'm here. Okay, I went to him after all that with his friend happening to do stuff. I said, listen, I'm tired. My stuff's packed up. Here go your key. I don't care if I'm homeless or not. You either gonna marry me, because here's a ring that you didn't even know I had, that I was putting money up for, engagement ring. I went in their job, to the back, didn't care about nothing, got on my knees and said, key or ring? What you want? I'm tired. They said they chose the ring. All right, time goes on. Okay. Beautiful, everything's beautiful. Once again, now we're back to a funeral because you're on social media with a stripper. Dang on, he's an ex-stripper, you're an ex-stripper. All these dudes, all these porn stars, what you got going on? I don't do that, I can't do that. So if I can't do it, why you could do it? Oh, don't worry about that, that's nothing. No, I don't wanna lay in the bed with a person that got something else going on. Simple.
That's the answer, right there. I don't doubt that Graves loves you, Patterson. I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt that Patterson loves you, Graves. I don't doubt that at all. But I doubt that you all will be able to make this happen, because love is just not enough. Love is just not enough. Trust has to be up in there. Financial responsibility has to be up in there. Communication skills have to be up in there. Both of you are too immature at this point to be with each other without putting the work in. And it's not just about tit for tat. You better put some work in. You better put some work in, Mr. Plaintiff, or you're going to lose this relationship. You better put some work in, Mr. Defendant, or you're going to lose the relationship. You might not lose it today, because I think y'all are just such passionate people, because you keep going back at each other, back at each other, back at each other, but you're not going to be happy in the long term, and life is too short to be unhappy.
Ma'am, I'm happy. I'm just broken. I'm happy every day I see this.
Guess what? Hurt people. And if you continue to allow hurt to live in your life and in your relationship, you're going to end up hurting each other. And that is nowhere for a relationship to go. I'm telling you hard truths. It will not go further. It will end up hurting both of you. And what my prayer is that you don't bring a child in to be a part of that hurt. That is why your friend said no, not yet. Y'all got a long time to go. You know how you put all that energy behind falling in love? How about putting some energy into falling in like? It's time for you to start to be grown people and work on mature relationships. I can't help you become more mature, but I can give you hard truths. If you don't, your relationship is doomed. That's my verdict.
Feel about it.
What do you mean, what I feel about it?
I don't know. We just need to get an understanding. I don't know.
I'm trying to do everything to save this relationship.
Okay, so communicate with me then.
All right.
Stop getting mad. Look how you acting theatrical.
I'm not getting mad. What are you talking about?
Okay then, let's keep it like that.
Okay.
All right, you do that, I do that.
Can we save it?
Yeah, we can really save it for when we go home.
We need it.